It was a beautiful day at Pork Belly. All the citizens of Pork Belly were having a normal day without problems, especially no villains around. The story begins at Pork Belly Animal Control, where all the animals who lost their homes. There is a mud dog at the cage. His name is Dookie. He doesn't have a family or owner because he's homeless. Until that moment, it was a 12-year-old boy named Johnny Test, and his dad brought with him. They began searching to looking for a cute pet for a big happy family. Johnny's father chose a small puppy to Johnny, but unfortunately, he refused to get that little puppy. At that moment, Dookie jumped on Johnny, began licking him, which means kissing him. Mr. Test decided to have Dookie instead. And that's how Johnny and Dookie became best friends forever. When Johnny and his dad brought Dookie home from Pork Belly Animal Control, they wanted him to following the rules around, so he won't make it a mess. However, Johnny's mom came back from work and she noticed that Johnny got Dookie from Pork Belly Animal Control. She was surprised to see his son brought a pet home, smiling at him. When Johnny went back to his room with Dookie while his parents is at shopping, they were getting along together until Johnny got bored. Johnny wants Dookie to talk, so he can understand him. However, Susan and Mary came to their brother's room and to see how they're doing. Johnny explained it to Susan and Mary that he was so bored that he talked to himself a lot, thinking that he doesn't have any friends in his school. Especially the bullies that bothers him a lot. Susan and Mary got an idea. At Susan and Mary's laboratory, Johnny want Dookie to speak by using a DNA test. Susan and Mary knows the house rules that their father don't want DNA in this house. But they decided to mutate a Dookie to speak, so they won't get in trouble. After a few minutes of mutated, Dookie got out from the machine, and he began to speak. Johnny was surprised to hear Dookie speaking, and he finally can understand Dookie. After a few seconds, there was a messages on the big screen. Susan, Mary, Johnny, and Dookie encounter supervillain on the screen. A supervillain was none other than Eugene, aka Bling Bling Boy. He's a rich boy who lives on the island with his mother. And he has a crush on Susan. Bling Bling Boy wants to have the world's domination. After a few minutes of supervillain message, Susan refused to go on a date with Bling Bling Boy. Johnny was so angry that Bling Bling Boy want to go on a date with his sister. Susan and Mary got an idea. They want Johnny and Dookie to go on their mission by themselves to figure out how to stop the world's domination. Before their mission, Susan and Mary want to test on Johnny and Dookie to have their own superpowers. After a few seconds, they put on the superhero suits, and they're ready to go on their mission. Johnny and Dookie beginning their mission to stop Bling Bling Boy from his world's domination. They made it to his home island, where Bling Bling Boys live. When they made it to his evil lair, Johnny began to battle Bling Bling Boy while Dookie is going to stop the machine from the world's domination. After a few minutes of the battle mission, Bling Bling Boy has finally defeated by Johnny and Dookie, and he's finally grounded by his mother. Over the past years, Johnny and Dookie have been battle their own enemies from Pork Belly multiple times, including Sissy and her dog. Time passed by, Johnny, Dookie, Susan, and Mary are having a family meeting with their parents. They wanted to go on 3 months summer vacation for all of them, and they were happy for it. And now, this is how their adventure continues, starting with at the beach scene.